You could. You weren't just here.
All right along, I was just here, and also the sun forgot.
Well, I don't know what time you usually get up, but.
You could be our visiting president.
How are you?
Right.
You know Rochelle?
I think we met, I married.
Rochelle Fuller, Jay Taylor.
Thank you for coming today.
What?
I
Work in the dark, kind of home in the dark.
I would just say,
37 years.
I can say, oh, yes.
At least, you know.
Perfect.
Oh, I should have worn my Cuban sweat.
I don't know.
What was I thinking?
Right.
Okay, the camera comes on, I have to start sucking my gut in.
You have to stay off camera. Dawn,
Bad body talk.
I can see me.
Somebody's got by this one. Well, if you're gonna do all the time.
As I add, prep for another cookie.
You wouldn't eat anything last night.
I know.
We had pizza.
Oh my gosh.
How many hours did I live right now? Not that many.
6 o'clock, you guys got that at 6?
Well, yeah, and we weren't quite done.
Did you get close?
You know, the conversation is so amazing, but I mean, it's truly like, I feel like earlier I didn't do my job, but I know so much, you know.
That's awesome.
Do I need to sign anywhere? I haven't been to a Rotary meeting in a really long time, and I'm out of practice.
No, you're good. You're good. Just if you want coffee, there's coffee there.
Good morning, insurance man.
Good morning.
I am not okay.
How are you?
I sent you the stuff yesterday
Yes.
in a very hobo way.
In a very
Hobo way. I just took pictures, sent it off rather than being professional and sending it nicely. What?
Yeah, I got it out. And then if I get over, get all down. And then that way, if it really goes hospital, then
It didn't go out.
loads, it went out. Catch on fire with all your stuff. You know that's coming.
Just so you want to know.
Yeah, so.
So, anytime I have.
Well,
Yes, Sarah.
Right, no, my son's gonna be calling you too, because, he's
That's one of the ways I'm working.
So, he'll be calling you, and then I talked to Jackie again about Andrew.
Yeah, but you know, some of them,
And,
whatever they are,
she said she talked to you about it.
Yeah, she,
But you got.
yeah,
So they,
But just FYI.
yeah, that's the thing.
Like, they're really good.
police will do.
The signer.
Yep, signer go.
Right, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was Shane's insurance agency.
It's funny, the thing about,
It's awesome.
one of the things I think you said, I think you said, well, that's kind of that's what's about $5,000.
Hey, Jack, can you hear us okay?
Yes.
That's okay. How's the boat thing going on?
Well,
Sign it up.
yeah, I got like 15, it sounds like. We'll see.
So it's
Hey, man, how are you? Good, how are you?
The dock over here, you can go see it, right? The dock is got all the way around.
Yeah, actually, it'll start. in North Coast.
Okay.
Yeah, so you might be able to see a little bit longer while you're just there.
So the light, it's like, look, it was skating, so. Yeah.
Now I gotta go to work.
I hope people show up. Big endeavor.
Right, in the cold, right? So
I used to do that every winter when I had a shower. Boat parade. Okay. We used to have a boat parade at the lake. No, it was out in the summer. Our boats were moored at I had a sailboat, so we really.
You know, the people would like wakeboard towers, right? So they can
Oh, geez.
rapidly, when they use wakeboard towers.
I'm about to ding the bell.
Ding.
It's 7:34 and the clock might be right, might not be right. Oh, wait. Oh, shoot. If you're not early, you're late.
Yeah.
Darn it. Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. We have a sergeant of arms here today. Where did he, oh, there he is.
Can you believe it?
Welcome. Welcome, Sergeant of Arms.
Can you reintroduce him?
Everyone, this is Kevin O'Brien in the Rotary Club, also known as Chief O'Brien outside the door.
There's probably some other names.
Slacker. Will you please join me in the pledge of allegiance? And thank goodness we have the four-way test here in front of us. First, is it true? Second,
Is it fair to all concerned?
third, fourth,
Will be beneficial to all concerned.
fifth, sixth.
Beer,
Thank you.
bacon, beer, butter. Thank you. Is Eileen on?
No, she said that the link I sent isn't working, but I've got.
You sent the old link, Gary.
Huh?
You
We don't
sent
say
the
old in this
link.
club.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, I noticed that. But if you go into the invite, your calendar invite, it should be in there.
You want to tell her if you want her calendar invite? Hopefully she'll come. Okay, so we'll do our Friday, unless someone else has an
Who's got one?
inspiration.
Oh.
Of course you have
Oh
one.
my God, no, Jim just needs do all the good you can by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, to all the people you can, as long as you ever can. Jim. This is John West.
That sounded like a canned response.
That was awesome.
People, I think we're limited by time.
Yeah.
You have this in your.
Okay, so guest this morning, would you like to introduce your guest?
Yes, I would. This is President of the Lake Stevens School Board, Director Mary Taylor, who she's been on the school board for 22 years. 22 years.
Wow. That's all our guests today. Okay, so birthdays. Oh, sorry.
Hey.
I didn't see you under there.
Yeah.
Amy, would you like to introduce your guest?
This is my husband, Brian, and he just keeps coming. Coming
Sign them up.
for free, right? What the heck?
It's a good place to be.
It is, it's a good way to start, right? Okay, so birthdays, we do not have a meeting next Friday or the following, so I'm doing birthdays and all that through the end of the month. So our only member birthday is me. December 19th is my birthday. Thank you. It was really hard to get here.
29 years old.
20, 30, I'll be 39 this year. Spouse's birthday, Gabrielle, I believe is Kristen Odegaard's husband, has a birthday on the 19th. We're birthday buddies. Chad Pinkelman on December 22. Rachel Horner on December 24. Heather Davis, Connor's wife, on December 26th. Mariah Lowe on December 26th. We have a Rotary anniversary coming up of Mr. Ken Collins, December 23rd, which you joined at Christmas time 13 years ago. That's pretty awesome. Congratulations. Thank you for those dues. We have some events coming up. Tomorrow night, we're doing a sleigh stop with the chamber in conjunction with their Lights of Lake Stevens event. We're going to put a pop-up up and hand out treats or something, whatever we figure out tomorrow morning. So people, as they drive through town to look at the lights and vote, they can pull in front of the mill and pick up a treat and say yay Rotary, and then keep going to the other side of town. There'll also be one sponsored by the Ed Foundation that will be up in the Ace parking lot. And that's from 6 to 8 tomorrow night. And do we have any volunteers to work with the Rotary sleigh stop? I know, it's gonna be super fun, and the kids are gonna be all excited.
And we'll drop off some candy for you to give out.
I
Or
love
whomever
that.
to give out. And we have a party.
Okay, Jim, are you available?
Yeah, I'm in, can't wait.
Brian,
So,
Okay.
I'm gonna get pop-up tent too.
That's an excellent idea. Thank you. And I have a giant banner, so I'm glad you're bringing a tent for me to hang out.
Cool.
Okay, so December 21st, from 4:30 to 6, the Rotary Rotarians in Action group is doing a food collection of pagan.
Yes, actually, Amy actually helped set that one up again, so we got that one going. But yes, on Tuesday, 4:36 for, I think it's getting ready to support with Food Friday.
Awesome. And Brian, I believe, sent out a sign-up sheet. Do
Yes.
you want to send it out again?
Yeah, well, I'll send it out again. We've got 3 people.
I'll be there around 4:30, or whatever, today.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, then our next new event this year, first and only ever, holiday boat parade. Holiday boat parade. Next year, we'll think about it before 5 minutes before December. And so everyone will know to keep your boat out of winter hibernation for a little bit longer. Maybe next year we'll have it the day after Thanksgiving or December 1st or something. But people asked, and we are putting it on. So Don has taken the lead. He's putting it all together. He is, and in the classic Don fashion, he has done a test run with his 8-foot snowman.
12-foot snow.
Excuse me, 12-foot snowman and all of his lights.
What?
With his power pack. And he ran them for 2 solid hours and then only used 25% of the power.
That's pretty cool stuff.
Crazy.
So he can add a Rudolph or Santa. You could add a beer miser, all kinds of stuff
That's true.
on your boat. So that's gonna, so if anyone still has your boat available, that's gonna
And
be,
then I heard that the date is to be determined based on weather, and then,
Yep.
so then it will be announced again.
Yeah, we'll probably announce it firmly this weekend, probably tomorrow, actually. The weather models are predicting a little wind, which is good.
Mhm.
And there's only like a 30% chance of rain for the entire day, which for this time of year is pretty good.
Wow, and then what day are you thinking?
We're gonna be doing it on Thursday, the 23rd. And the plan is to assemble at North Cove, so that we can leave North Cove at 5 o'clock.
Nice.
And so there'll probably be a few boats kind of rolling around there a little bit before 5, hopefully. And then counterclockwise around the lake for about an hour and a half. We're going to really try to like make it all the way around this time.
Sure.
you know, and see all the way. So that's the plan. We got 15 people that have said, yes, they're in.
15 votes.
Yeah,
Nice.
15 votes.
Great.
Then, you know, people are pretty reserved, I think, from a standpoint of solid commitments because of weather and timing and all that.
Frostbite.
Yeah, it's supposed to, Thursday's supposed to be pretty cold, but, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Fun.
I
You
might
got
be the only
per
one out
carcass
there.
that you're offering up, to everyone that participates?
What's that?
Per carcass?
Burger Park, well, everybody's on their own. Everybody's gotta be their own skipper on this one.
Is the rowing club gonna be there that?
You know, I have 3 emails with the president of the rowing, club, and it takes about 2 or 3 days for him to respond
Oh,
to
funny.
each
Okay.
email. So,
What is today, Friday?
as far as I know, there will be involved, maybe with 3 or 4 of their tenders.
Yeah,
And I think what they're trying to, he's probably trying to find people that want to decorate, that volunteer to do decorating.
they have their big, party tomorrow night, and so I'll make sure that there's buzzing around and, but I'll get them committed tomorrow night.
All right.
Oh, wow, everybody got on.
Yeah.
Yay, good morning,
I resent
Zoomers.
the link.
Good morning. You redid the link?
I resent it.
Good job, Gary. Good morning, good morning.
Cool.
Okay, awesome.
And one thing to emphasize to them is, you know, everybody needs to get those little electric things, because that's the biggest hassle, especially on those little tenders.
The
Where do
electric,
you put the generator for the lights?
oh, gotcha.
And, that's old tech. Your electric ones you plug in, charge it out. They're so much easier.
Okay.
So it'll be an amazing event.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I hope so.
For our first year, next year will be bigger, next year will be bigger. We're getting pretty good at boat parades, so it'll be a thing. Okay, so our January outing, we're gonna do an escape room in Everett, which it will break up into some groups and we'll work together to save our lives. It'll be super fun. And then I have a list here going of people that want to go to the Martin Luther King Inspiration Breakfast on January 14th from 7 to 9. Who else wants to go to that?
Where is that?
It's over at the arena in Everett.
What day was that?
Friday.
It's January 14th. It's a Friday. So if
Everyone
enough
should
people
go.
want to go, then we'll cancel our meeting here and that will count as our meeting over there. It costs $30 to attend. You can pay very easily using this super duper QR code. And right now I have Gary, Kendra, Chris Fallow, Amy, Lori, and Amelia signed up to go. Is there anyone else that is interested and would like to go? Zoomers, anyone interested? Whoa, Ken.
I just look like him.
I'm
You're a
everywhere.
twin.
I'm omnipresent.
You're a twin. Your brother zoomed in.
That's not gonna get you a makeup that way.
I've been telling everybody that's a younger version of me. It's Kenny Youngman.
Any Zoomers interested in going to MLK Inspiration Breakfast on January 14th, 7 to 9 a.m. at the arena in Everett?
I won't be available.
Eileen, you wanna go?
Can't hear, Tracy. Was that a yes or a no?
No,
Okay.
sorry.
Tom, okay, John, no.
Sam's raising.
Sam, are you raising? Awesome. Okay, Sam, you're on the list. 4, 5, 6, we have 7. That's awesome. Okay, all right, so thank you to everyone that came to our holiday party on Friday night. I had a good time. I thought it was fun. It was pretty good.
Yeah, great.
Good. There are pictures on Facebook if you guys want to take a look at how much fun we actually had. And where did Jimmy go? On the phone. Okay, so then let's keep moving here. So I guess after all of that, we'll do quickly. Laura, do you have anything this morning?
Just that if you are at the party and haven't made your contribution to the party, please.
Perfect.
Pay up.
Yeah, pay up. Pay up. Gary, do you have anything quickly?
Next board meeting is January 13th, Thursday. Also, I will be putting together the dues for January to June, and we've got about 3 people that still owe dues. And I've sent them all notes, and I've handed out some things too.
Now you only have 2 people, hold on. Anyway.
I was gonna say I was a holdout, but I Venmo'd up.
Right, now you're down to 1 or something.
Yeah, we got it.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Yep,
Chris,
logged in.
Chris Vallow, do you have anything, President-elect?
Nothing new.
Nothing new. Club services, Don Anderson.
Nothing new.
Awesome, doing awesome. Community service, Brian Ruiz.
No, we're okay.
Okay, you're okay, we're all okay. Foundation, Jim Hagan.
Are we doing something at the store? Did you announce that already?
Yep, Kyle talked about,
Okay, that's all right, sorry.
this upcoming Tuesday.
Foundation, Lori and I are getting together right after this meeting, and we're gonna do all kinds of good things. And make it all happen. So,
Love it, love it, love it, love it. Tracy, anything for international?
Yes, I was finally able to go to an international board meeting last night. Again, as always, I'm impressed with how organized they are, how much we actually are doing, how many projects are going at the same time. It's absolutely amazing. There have been emails sent out to those of us who are sponsoring students. So if you haven't paid for this next year, please do so, or search your email. Watch for another one to come if you haven't paid. I'm trying to remember if I've paid. Anyway, and I also apologize that I have missed so many meetings recently. Things have been pretty hectic. And last week I was in Hawaii, so anyway, that's all I have for international. Good to be here and nice to see everybody even from afar.
Awesome, awesome. It's good to see you too, Tracy.
Thank you.
Through a screen. Okay, membership, Juan.
We're doing great.
Awesome sauce.
That doesn't sound great.
That doesn't sound like. Any new members on your horizon?
5 of them.
5 of us on his own.
Your wingman? Vocational services, Lance is not here. Scouts, anything, Vallow?
Nothing in there either.
Nothing new. Programs, we do have a lot of slots to fill for programs. So who do you know? Who do you want to hear from? We have, I believe we have 2 scheduled for January and that's it. So we definitely need some ideas of, they can remote in, they can come in, whatever. We're open to everyone all around the world. So if you know anyone that you think would be a fabulous presentation to the club, cough them up.
Do you know who the 2 are?
One I believe is the blood.
Oh, good.
Yeah, the blood, and then
Got a crypt too.
Yeah.
no,
That was low hanging fruit.
Come on.
no Crips.
That's too early for that.
Oh, that's a game.
Whoa.
Sorry, I didn't know.
Hey.
Kids
Kind of an
kids
age
don't
thing,
know
you
about
know, it's probably really old
Yeah,
school.
the kids don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
these younger kids nowadays.
I know, like, you know, Christmas Vacation and all that?
I do know Christmas, right? Yeah, but this stuff is bad.
Okay, good. Public relations, Eileen, do you have anything?
I do. So I have scheduled out a bunch of posts for New Year's, Christmas, that kind of thing. I'm still looking for more content, so I just want to share that with you. And then I have the quote for the day if you want to squeeze it in.
Yeah, we're squeezing.
So this comes from the immortal Zig Ziglar, who is one of my favorite inspirational speakers. If you learn from defeat, then you haven't really lost.
Okay.
Very good.
Yeah.
We should take a moment. Thank you, Eileen. Okay, Rotarians of Action.
Yes. So again, Tuesday, we are doing another event at Hagen's, but more importantly though, we would like to have new members come, so Ron has something to do. Because the more members we join, the more people we get to keep the Rotarians in action going, and we're getting more people into the club. So really, we're looking for anybody. If you have anybody that you know possibly would or has said no, ask them again. Send them stuff, because the more people we get to join, the more likely we get more sport and, learn about new people and get involved in new things. And I mean, I'm getting to a point with the Rotarians actions, I might need to see if we get some local clubs in there if they have any members that want to try to do something together so we get more people going and get something going. Because some people can't make this early morning meeting, whether it's in the evenings on Tuesday, every other Tuesday, they can come in. So that's what I'm saying.
The Texel memberships here right there. Whoa.
Whoa. That's a hard thing to do.
I'll ask them again.
100%, because what do you got to lose? You have nothing to lose. Okay, so we have, from our super fun, super amazing party, we have one white elephant gift left.
Oh, I should have brought that ceramic purse down here.
You were having too much fun with that purse.
I'm still mad at you for taking my.
Too much fun. And I still am thinking about picklebacks, I just gotta say. I had never experienced this much fun in my life. That was quite
It's a lot of fun.
Okay, so we have one white elephant.
Come to me. I'm in my own spot.
I just recruited another program chair.
Amy says yes to everything.
I know. Actually, I said, can you help me?
That's why you asked her.
I just said, are you interested in helping out? She shakes her head yes before I even told her what it was.
I know.
I am interested.
But she is. So
Sorry, it's mine.
All right, sorry.
All right, okay, so to wake us up, so what we're gonna do for this last white elephant is let's just have a contest and we'll just ask a couple questions. And if you can answer the question, then you win the prize, right? You win this amazing white elephant. So we can just, warm up with like, what color is a candy cane? Who's Santa's favorite reindeer? What's the last four of Jim Hagan's social security number?
47.
0, 0. This is the first one ever made.
You win, Jim.
I will. Is it drinkable?
No. I got pictures in the car.
Oh,
What'd you get?
I got my bowl back.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, are we ready? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Dr.
Are you gonna
Collins,
do
are you
tickets?
ready to
Are you
thrill
gonna
and
do
excite?
tickets?
And we're gonna do raffle first, I guess. I forgot again. Raffle, happy bucks in, you have 5 minutes, so roll.
Yeah.
5 minutes for you.
I'm gonna take.
Are you going 30?
I'm really long-winded, so I'm gonna take the whole time.
Excellent.
I
We
think you
can't
got one
wait.
thing you forgot.
What else did I, like 100 things?
I thought we had a birthday.
I think so.
Who?
My co-host.
Me?
Yeah.
We did already announce it.
Don't we have to say?
We gotta say.
Or don't we have to
Oh.
pony up the cash for?
I prefer cash. but,
Sing or pay?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will do both.
All right.
Both. I'll pay. How old am I? Oh, shoot.
Okay, guys, ready? Here we go.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dearest Hell. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. That was worth the $65. Thank you.
We should have paid Sam to sing instead of us.
Oh, yeah, we haven't done it for so long, I totally forgot.
Rochelle, do you want us to vote for you for your birthday?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
don't forget to vote for me in the Herald's Reader Choice, people category, best real estate agent.
Oh.
How many times can we vote?
You can vote once per day per email address, but some people have several hundred billion email addresses, so they all count. And voting is now, it's through the 22nd, so we're still rolling, and it is vote.heraldnet.com. You're all gonna get an email also, because we're, vote for me.
Done and done.
We did it, Joe.
Vote early, vote often.
Vote early, vote often, that's what I was. Okay, so the winner is 979.
Whoa.
You had them memorized?
Well, I just.
Well done, sir.
Bucks.
All right. Good stuff.
You know, Meatheads is on that voting thing too.
Meatheads, Bell Jays, The Pines, Rustic Core,
The Creamery.
Sherwood, the Creamery, lots of local businesses.
How's everybody doing today? Well, it's good to see you. It's really good to see you. I forgot all your names, but it's really good to see you.
That's why we have names.
Oh, there you go. Okay, cool.
Good to see you too.
Right on. Hey, so who gets the Herald?
Me.
You get the paper, and you get the paper version? Okay.
No.
So I opened it yesterday, and for today's weather, you know what it says?
Beautiful, sunny.
High
80
It says dull and dreary. So, okay, I took weather 101 in college. I never, ever, there was never a dull and dreary in official weather, okay? I'm against dull and dreary. It's Christmas time. It's not dull and dreary. So today, we're just doing happy bucks, and then we're gonna throw in a sunshine dollar.
Merry and bright.
So I want to hear, give me your happy bucks, but also something that like makes you feel good. Cup of coffee in the morning, a smile, whatever, something that warms your heart. Okay? All right, Ken, will you start us off?
I would love to. First of all, I'm sunshiny because I get to come to Rotary and give a presentation about the 2 levies that the district is running. And I have my good friend Mary Taylor here with me to help me with that. And this is just such an awesome club. It just pumps me up every Friday to come. So that's another $1. And then I'm happy just because today is the last day for work for a little while. I'll take a little break and that's gonna feel good.
Excellent. Don, happy and sunshine.
Well, first of all, I'm happy to have gotten a duck. I'm not so happy it wasn't one of those real fancy ducks with something at the bottom of it. But I'm also happy because speaking of the Herald, according to them, Everett is like 4 or 5 inches over average for rainfall this year. But Arlington is 4 or 5 inches under average for rainfall this year. So that puts us right in the middle. It's just perfect, right? Right on.
Or let's sell your house and move to Arlington.
Michelle?
Happy Bucks, vote for me, vote heraldnet.com, vote for me, and it will make me feel happy when I win.
Sunshine.
January meeting could be awesome.
Sunshine is my Christmas tree.
Perfect. That's great sunshine. There we go.
Because it's Friday. And then sunshine, my retarded dog Chinook that wakes me up every morning to go to the bathroom and then sits next to me while I drink my coffee, waiting for me to do it. I love that.
We need to rewind and bleep.
This week I had an eye examination.
Which one?
And the doctor dilated my eyes. And then about 15 or 20 minutes later, he sent me home. But my eyes are still dilated. So I climbed in my car and I hit the home button. And the car took me home safely. So, another good thing about
You have got to be the bravest person ever.
All right, let's go back here.
My club says I woke up for this sexy Victorian again, so that makes me happy. And then my sunshine for sure is the YMCA.
My sunshine is the real thing in the beach in Hawaii, and we're headed over there soon, so.
Excellent.
Looking forward to that.
I like it.
I'm happy it's Friday, and my sunshine is when we both go to work in the morning, my wife gets pissed or I get ready to piss, so that's my sunshine.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Love it.
Say it again, I'll record it. Oh, yeah, that's right.
I'm happy. I went and saw Spider-Man No Way Home last night.
You can make it
Amazing movie, definitely the coolest Marvel movie I've ever seen. Would recommend. Definitely good. Sunshine, it's almost Christmas. Really, I actually love getting up and work anyways, but I'm putting 5 in there. One, for each one of my 2 kids that always consume in the morning. Chocolate milk. That's the first thing I have to get before I can leave the house. And then my wife in the morning as well. I always give her a kiss and hug goodbye. And the other 2 is just because I like to be.
Happy with my job that I get a week off. Hopefully I can sleep in past 7. And then the sunshine is like picking up my baby girl today from the airport.
Wonderful.
Nice.
Good, how are you? All right. Sunshine, I get to see some of my lovely Rotary faces tomorrow at the house for our little gee whiz. Can't wait to see how it's turning out. I got some happy bugs, we gotta bear with me. I have some stats that I wanna share, because one, I'm extremely proud of what the food bank has done, but I don't think people realize what goes into this and everything that takes place. November, food drive provided 6,900 pounds of food and raised $3,800. Empty bowls and the private event that Larson Financial did in November raised $66,000. We served, and this is a very heartbreaking number to read out. We served 4,640 individuals food in November. We have never crested over 4,000. So it's showing you that that's more than 10% of our entire population in the city of Lake.
What was the number again?
4,640 individuals. 61% of those were first-time people through the door because of the hardship that we're dealing with. 55,218 pounds of food were given out in November. I'm sorry, that's what we brought in. We gave out 59,150 pounds. Here's this is the biggest thing. With 21 distribution days, we had 209 volunteers, because that's the only way we can run this food bank, that donated 1,097 hours, which equates to almost $19,000 of free labor provided to the food bank. So thank Rotary for helping out, everybody for helping. I just wanted you guys to understand the magnitude of what's going on right now in this community and what the food bank is so silently doing to those people. I'm happy to be part of that.
Chris, let me ask you, that's amazing, Chris. Hey, for Rotary in Action and Kyle and such, like, who would be the best person to contact with the food bank to find out how we can make more of an impact? Like, I know we're collecting food at Hagen and stuff, but if they have a more strategic position for us to make a bigger impact.
Talk about Susan, who I think you talked to her.
I do talk to Susan, yeah.
The leader of the volunteer
Brian.
organization.
What other name would you recommend in addition to Susan?
You could try Georgia Christie, she's the ops manager, but probably put you to Susan, because that's kind of Susan's role, and she's a little bit. She's in the pocket.
Thank you, Tracy.
Right.
I'm thinking it's Susan.
Cool. Thank you, Chris.
Bye,
Thank you,
Tracy.
everybody. Nice work, nice work.
Last Friday night was a fantastic night. We had lots of fun, lots of merriment, lots of crazy looking outfits that some people probably wouldn't wear on the streets. Sunshine, I'm going to California on Monday, and on Wednesday, Beth tells me I'm not supposed to tell people about this, but my youngest granddaughter is going to be in the San Francisco Cotillion Wednesday night, and I'm going to be there. Bev's going to, she says, I'm not dressing up for that crap. So I have to wear a tux and everything, but it'll be a lot of fun.
What's a cotillion?
It's a debutante ball. My daughter-in-law is a San Francisco debutante. And her youngest daughter wanted to do it, her oldest daughter did not, although I think the oldest daughter is gonna be a little ticked off by the time Wednesday night comes around, but that she didn't do it, but it's a big deal.
I want to do it. Amy, want to go San Francisco?
Yes.
See, she said yes to everything.
Yeah.
All right, so
Get your ball guns out.
I'm happy that we're filling up the bucket. I'm really sorry I wasn't here last week, so good that you put a little extra in there. And I just love the Christmas lights. When it's dull and gray outside, the Christmas lights bright things up. Thanks, everybody.
And then on the big screen,
Santa's here.
See Santa Claus, yeah.
Santa joined us.
anybody happy out there on the big screen?
They passed out.
How's everybody doing out there? Eileen, you're happy.
I'll go. So I'm just happy. It's just, even though 2021 has had its challenges, I think I'm happy because a lot of really great things happened this year. So that is my happy. My sunshine is my husband and him being on first shift because we get to spend so much more time together. So $5.
Nice, nice.
Oh, sweet.
Anybody else out there? Jack, how you doing?
Jack's happy.
You're muted.
Doing as good as can be expected. I think I'm happy because I might actually be able to finish painting my ceiling this weekend.
Yay! I'll give you $100 if you write Rotary on the top.
My real estate agent is suggesting that I paint everything white with no embellishments, so.
Boring.
Boring. Well, this real estate agent is recommending Rotary on it.
There you go. Well, you should see the outside of the house. It's Green Bay Packers colors, so I don't know why, but it is.
Are you
So
moving
it's
away?
a green with a yellow door, and it's a little too green. So
Ask him again.
Are you moving away?
don't know. I probably won't sell until next fall, so I don't know what my situation will be, but we shall see. I'm going to try and stay in the area. So
Good, awesome. We hope you do. Sam, are you happy?
She's shaking her head.
Muted.
Yes, I am. I will offer up 20 happy bucks just to be here. And yeah, that's it.
Here is good.
Yes.
Anybody else out there?
Ken's brother? Ken's brother.
Ken's brother's good.
He said $50.
Ken's brother just said $100.
That's Kenny Youngman.
Kenny Youngman, $100 challenge.
Handsome devil. I got a happy 20, going to Palm Springs tomorrow with Nancy. Looking forward to that. And sunshine is every morning Nancy and I have a routine where we have coffee together for about half an hour. Makes me late and stuff, but it makes my day.
It's worth it.
As long as she's not late.
We missed the dad joke. Okay, are we ready to roll? We're ready
Wait a
to
minute,
roll.
we haven't had the drawing.
Oh, we did the drawing. You lost. You lost.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Derek, for
We can do
you.
it again.
You
I must
lost.
have seen your moment.
Okay, do we have someone to introduce our speaker today?
I'll introduce.
Dr. Ken Collins, state of the school district.
We're gonna hear all about the school.
We're gonna hear about the replacement levies.
You're gonna hear about the replacement levies.
Look at those shiny, happy kids.
Yeah, I'm all high tech.
That's what the technology does.
Well, thank you. I realize that I've got short time kind of, so I'll microwave a little bit of this, but I just, first of all, really appreciate being the superintendent of the school district that I've served for 31 years. I've been dedicated to this district. This district has been dedicated to me. I love working here. I've worked in several other school districts, Richland and Marysville. And of course, my whole family's in education, so I have my fingers on the pulse of education around the state. We have a great school district. And I'm not just saying that because I'm the head of it, but I'm saying that because it's true. We do some marvelous things with children, and I marvel every day at the work that our teachers do, and that our staff around the district do. But it wouldn't be possible without community support. One of the things that I know for sure, having both of my parents in education and all of my cousins in education, they're on school boards, they're around the state, that strong communities make strong schools, and strong schools make strong communities. You cannot have one without the other. If your community is strong, that means that a school system that undergirds it and supplies it with talent is also strong. And we also know that a school can't survive without the support of its community, not just in levies, but in everything that it does. So I just want to thank everybody here for their past support. We have been successful in passing our levies since the mid-70s. That's a blessing a little bit and a curse a little bit, because I think people think sometimes that it's just going to pass, and they get complacent. Well, as you know, complacency and apathy are the enemies of democracy. If people don't vote, then things don't get done, and they're not really truly exercising their democratic ability. And so, I'm here to do two things today. One, I'm just giving you factual information. I can't, as a school employee, advocate for a yes vote. Mary can. But I could just give you the facts so that you can make an informed decision. But all I'm asking you to do is vote. Okay. Wearing glasses is my curse today. Oh, there we go. Oops. See? Delayed reaction. Okay, so bragging on our school district a little bit, I think, anytime I have the opportunity to speak to community members, I like to brag about our school district, but we've just, growth has been our biggest challenge that we've been faced with for really all of the 31 years I've been in the district. We've grown exponentially. When I started here in 1990, we had 700 students in a little over 700 students in a 4-grade high school. Now we have almost 2,000 students in a 3-grade high school. That just gives you a little bit of an understanding of the magnitude of the growth. When I started here, we had 2 elementary schools. Now we have 7. Okay. When I started here, we had 6 schools. Now we have 13 educational programs. So in addition to, we have 7 elementaries, we have 2 middle schools, we have an 8-9 campus Caballero Mid High School, we have a 10-12 high school, but we also have an early learning center that we just recently built that houses our ECAP and DD preschool programs. That is a fantastic, not just structure, but it's also a great building. We also have this year, because of the pandemic, we started a distance learning elementary school. There was, as the pandemic started to kind of ramp back up in August, there was a huge need. Families very worried about sending their students back to school that had not been vaccinated. And so we opened up quickly pivoted and created a distance learning academy for our elementary students. We had 179 students in that academy right now. Some of those kids now are going to get vaccinated and come back to in-person school, which is what it was designed to be. We knew that was going to happen, so we were prepared to handle that. We also have a distance learning program for our secondary. It's a little different. It's kind of a bill at your own pace deal, but we also provided options for our secondary students. We have a homeschool parent partnership program, which has really been, we've had that for a long time. It's really provides a great kind of a different kind of a learning program where elementary is really more like family than it is like a school. And I think that's really something that we've been able to support, and we will continue to support because we have families that are really loyal to us. We are the largest employer in the community by far. I don't even think Costco will get us. We have 1,100 employees and growing. So, you know, along with our 9,000, almost 200 students now, we have 1,100 employees. So what goes on in Lake Stevens, you know, I always have felt revolves around the school. And the school and community are one and the same. When people think of Lake Stevens, they think of the lake, they think of wonderful people in the community, and they think of the school system. Rochelle, quiz question. What's the #1 draw when you sell people homes in Lake Stevens?
The #1 what?
Draw. What?
Draw, school district.
Yep. All right, that was quick.
100%. People.
And you
when I
passed.
Send out that map, it constantly, because then they know we need to stay within these boundaries.
Yep.
They love it.
We get people coming in for our special ed programs specifically. Because our special ed, our programs that work with students who receive special education services are some of the best in the state and have that reputation. So I could go on and on and on a lot about the pandemic, but I just wanted to show you this graphic real quick. We serve the community. You know, Chris talked about the food bank and the wonderful work that it's doing. And yesterday I was at a student presentation and all of them were talking about how they are supporting the food bank. I just love the community support for it. But we also supported the community. So from March of 2020 to August of 2021, look at how many meals we supplied, not just to students, but families. We were supplying free meals to every student and every family who wanted it, okay, in a drive-by pickup situation. The infrastructure, the manpower and the planning it took to do that was unbelievable. And we served, in that time, we served almost 500,000 breakfast and lunch to people. One of the reasons we were so successful during the pandemic is because we had technology to be successful. To go to distance learning, you had to have a learning device, and that was a Chromebook in our case, which is, you know, not as an expensive computer, but it's really powerful. And we were able to provide 3,500 Chromebooks to kids in grades K through 5. Kids in grades 6 through 12 already had their computers, they just took them home. So we were able to pivot in a week. It took a lot of other systems a lot longer. And then when we opened back up for distance learning, we were ready. We had a learning program. We had learning pathways designed for kids. We had a way to structure it so that teachers could deliver both hybrid and in-person all three, hybrid, in-person, and distance learning while live streaming their classroom in hybrid. I mean, it was really amazing what we were able to do. You know, school systems haven't changed much since the start of public schooling, you know, in the 1700s, but we did. We changed exponentially during that time, and it was really gratifying. We also provided 200 hotspots for families that didn't have internet. Okay, so enough bragging. Let's get on to the levy. What the heck? So we are running 2 replacement levies. They are replacements. Okay, they're not new levies. These are things that we've been running. Okay, the state provides us with an amount of money each year, right? And then that never really quite does it. If we want to run excellent programs for our students, athletics, activities, provide nursing services, comprehensive counseling service, comprehensive mental health support, which we desperately need right now. If we want to provide safety and security in a systematic way, we need coordination and infrastructure to be able to do that. State doesn't provide for all those things. We have to. You think about one of the things that Lake Stevens is known for is its outstanding athletic programs, all funded by local levy. Okay. So the EP&O levy, Educational Programs and Operations levy. So for us old timers, we used to call that the Maintenance and Operation levy. You may remember that, but now it's called the EP&O levy that provides enrichment to the school district above and beyond the cost of basic education. Okay, basic education is funded in a couple different ways, but for staffing, it's called the prototypical funding model for education, woefully inadequate. It funds supposing that you don't have a school counselor in every elementary building. It funds supposing that you don't have a librarian in every elementary building. It funds supposing that you have 1.4 certified nurses district-wide. Think about that. During a pandemic, 1.4 nurses? How's that gonna work out, Nurse Amy?
Yeah.
That's not gonna work, is it? So when we have to contact trace, then we have to make sure that we're caring for our students who actually come down with the big C. That's COVID, by the way, not cancer. Then we have nurses to support that. And so we have a certified and registered nurse in every one of our buildings. We pay for that. Okay. So your 4-year levy cycles, the elections on February 8th, 2022. So these elections run in 4-year cycles, like I said. This levy drops off at the end of 2022, and then the next levy will start 2023 and run through 2026. Okay. So just so you know the cycle. And then we're also running a replacement technology levy, and it really is a replacement. In fact, it's going to be less money than what we have been asking our community for, because we're really looking at just maintaining our level of service for students. A lot of the big things that we did in 2010 and 2014 don't need maintenance. That was putting, dark fiber in the building so that we had fast internet connection. And then, of course, in 2014, we started our one-to-one student to electronic device program that allows each student to have a Chromebook. Little primer, that we run bonds also. Bonds, easy way to remember this is just so that you know the difference. Levies equal learning and bonds equal building, okay? So when we run bonds, those are typically for 15, 20, 25, or 30 years in length, depending upon the amount of money that we're asking. We last ran a bond in 2016 and we asked for $116 million, okay? That built that modernized Lake Stevens High School. Really, it was a complete rebuild. While students were going to the school. Think about managing that. That was really difficult. We pulled it off just beautifully. Built Stevens Creek Elementary School up on Lake Drive. We built the Early Learning Center, and then we modernized a bunch of buildings and provided safety infrastructure. So it provided a lot of things for kids. And for our school district to be able to help continue to manage our growth. Levies are, again, classroom support above and beyond program of basic education. When you think of levies, think of the money going right back into the classroom or into extra or co-curricular activities, okay? So classroom support, getting class sizes down, especially at the elementary level, having lower class sizes means that teachers can give more individual attention to students, and of course, learning becomes a paramount. Student programming, as we know, nurses and mental health professionals. We have mental health support specialists in every one of our secondary buildings. That's not funded by the state, but it's absolutely desperately needed and more. I don't know if you've been following the Seattle Times series on mental health and access to mental health. It's abysmal.
Those are yours.
No, even if you're in crisis, you can't get help, let alone, kind of that lower level standard mental health service that becomes crisis if you don't get help. We have a lot of kids in crisis. The pandemic really has exacerbated that. I'm not going to lie to you. We have kids that are really hurt, and it's getting better, but that 1.5 years off has really exposed some things that we're helping our students through. Maintenance, when you look at our facilities are maintained. We have some facilities that are old and they still look new. Our grounds and maintenance department does a fantastic job. I'm really proud of the work they do. There's one thing to ask the community to pay for and to fund construction, but it's another thing to then just build it and leave it alone. You got to maintain it and take care of it. It's an investment in your community and an investment in your students. So we do a great job of that. But that costs money too. And then infrastructure for transportation, mostly hiring staff. We just hired a brand new transportation director. She starts on Monday, we come back from break. So we're hoping to improve our service to families and hire bus drivers. And actually, James is moving from a bus driver. I don't know if you guys know this. James is moving from a bus driver to assistant dispatcher. So you won't see him out on the road anymore. So you don't have to swerve to the ditch. Don't tell him I said that. He'll be all over me. Okay. Oh, shoot, that's right. So again, EP&O levies, educational programs provide for student success. We have intervention specialists in each building, and what that means is that we serve students academically, behaviorally, and social emotionally on 3 different tiers. You know, tier 1 is kind of what we serve all students with tier 1 supports, which means the basic education, the basic social emotional learning, the basic emotional and safety support. And then some students need additional support at tier 2. Some students need intensive support at tier 3. We have that is funded way and beyond the Call of Duty and above and beyond the program of basic education. So, you know, paraeducators who help students in the classroom, paraeducators who might run after school programs, or teachers that run after school programs, those are all separate costs paid for by the district. Student health and safety, we just finished phase 3 of our electronic entries project. So now you have a card key at each building, except for the ESC so far. We're going to do that in phase 4. But in each of our buildings is a card key access to get into the building. And so we've really ramped up security at each of our buildings. And we will continue to do that because safety and security is really important to us. It's one of our most important duties that we can perform. We also have family engagement support specialists. We have 2 of them in the district. We need more. In fact, I just got an equity analysis tool, which is asking for more what we call FEST positions. These are support specialists who go out in the community, visit students in their homes, visit with families, and engage in family engagement to try and help families understand our mission and what we're trying to do, and increase the level of two-way communication between the family and the school, and also help the students access their education in a more effective way. Okay. Oh, one more thing I want to say before I get to the how much, because you're going to ask that question. You got to answer that question, right? One thing we do also fund above and beyond the program of basic education is our special education services that we provide for students. The state just figures that every district in the state of Washington is going to have 13.5% of their students that receive special education services. 14.53% of the students in Lake Stevens receive special education services. We pay $2.2 million above and beyond what the state provides for students who receive special education services, so we can do the right things. We have an 18 to 21 transition program. We have behavior programs. We have life skills programs that require a little bit extra if students want to be successful, and of course, get them their education in a least restrictive environment, which is the goal. So again, how much? Okay, so the EP&O levy is going to be, it's $83 million over 4 years to run our programs. Okay, it's a variable rate, as you can see here, $1.92, $1.94, $1.96, $1.98. And that rate is per $1,000 of assessed property valuation each year of the levy. Okay, and obviously, is she okay? Okay. And obviously, when more people move in, that's going to lower the cost of the levy. The school board sets the total amount of the levy. And then this is what is called the mill rate, which is the assessed valuation per the property. For a person with a $500,000 home, which is less than the average in Lake Stevens, It's going to be $974.73 annually, or $81.22 a month. Okay, to fund the levy. So, you know, the average home price is what, Rochelle? About 600 and something thousand in Lake Stevens?
Yeah,
A little higher. So it's going to be over $1,000 a year to fund this levy cost. Okay. For homeowners.
which is a great deal.
It is a great deal. It's a very good deal, but I can't advocate, so, but I'm glad you said
But I can.
This is a little bit of an increase over what we're asking for now in our levy. Currently, we're paying $1.66 per $1,000, but it came down from a higher levy amount. And so we're also asking for less money in our technology levy. So it's gonna be close. It's gonna be a little more money. I'm not gonna lie to you about that, but it's gonna be pretty close. Okay.
Can I interject here?
You
Because I
can.
advocate. Well, actually, I just want to just recognize that our school board thank you for, by the way, our school board every now and then takes a little bit of heat for not reaching as high as we possibly can for levy dollars in our levy rates. And we recognize that in our community, we don't have folks, the Boeing and Microsoft, who are funding at a higher level. All of our levy dollars come out of somebody's pocket. And so recognizing that it's always a kind of a painful thing for us to think about asking for more, and recognizing that when we're thinking about growth, we have to know that we can cover what we need to cover even with our growth. And also that as more folks move in, the rate for everyone who lives here goes down, because that's more people contributing, right? So when we're talking about the increasing rate, I think it's really important to recognize that we actually keep a pretty tight rein on the fears of affecting folks too much and making sure that we can do what folks can bear, as well as being responsible for knowing that we have to manage the growth that's been occurring and will likely continue to occur. So, sorry. Do they cut you off at 8:30 because you know it's past that, man?
They don't dare.
Okay.
No,
Unless the district has more pressing things to do.
Well, yeah, funny you should mention that.
He'd rather be here, I can tell you.
Here's what I will say is that just in terms of growth, this last year, in the last year and a half, really since the pandemic, most school districts have declined in growth, and that means they lose money, right? And so that's tough to manage. ESD 189 runs from North King County all the way up to the Canadian border. So it includes Whatcom, Skagit, Island counties, and Snohomish, and a little bit of King. In that district, there's a whole bunch of schools, 70 some school districts. We're one of 2 school districts that actually increased enrollment during the pandemic. The other one was Lopez Island. They went from 8 to 12. So
12 people?
Yeah, 12 people, 12 kids in Lopez Island School District. So I'll run forward a little bit. I've already talked about that slide a little bit. Technology, as you can see, as our variable rate in our levy. And one of the things about a variable rate in our levy is because the state is going to actually provide us less money on a formula that they have over that same period of time. It's called regionalization. I won't get into that because it's complicated, but they are going to be giving us less money each year. So we had figured that out in our budgetary process, which started last February. Technology, we're asking for 2 cents less each year so it mirrors the EP&O levy. So as we're asking for 2 cents more, we're asking for 2 cents less in our technology levy. So for a property owner, for $500,000, it's $118 annually, or $9.86 a month. That's and really all we're doing with this, we're going to do some innovative projects, some professional development for our teachers, but a lot of it is replacing our existing devices, our one-to-one devices with kids, because sometimes those backpacks get thrown against the wall, and there's a computer in there. So how, voting details. Does everybody knows how to vote, right? Okay, you're the Rotary group, you're proactive, but it is, all ballots have to be postmarked by 8 o'clock if you're mailing them in by 8 o'clock on February 8th, or you can drop them off at the boat launch when you're pulling your boat out from the Christmas parade. Yeah. And so, I just advocate for you to vote. And again, that's all I can do. But honestly, I mean, when we had our
New Rotary members.
Sign them up.
To us.
When we had our election in November for school board members, the highest voter turnout was 34% of the registered voters. That's not very high. We need more turnout than that, okay? And the last time we ran an election for levies, we passed by 81 votes. Not very much. That my communications director is not here because she's on vacation, because she's still traumatized by that. Anyway, just real quick, I'll finish this up. Just want to update you on construction. Like I said, we have beautiful buildings. Just look at our facilities. The high school, which is awesome. Stevens Creek Elementary School, which is beautiful. And if anybody here can walk through that door, I'll give them $1,000. That's the early learning center where, okay, I'm taking you up on that. So a lot of the things at the Stevens Creek Elementary School are built for little people, because guess what? That's who's going to school there. So our architects and our folks who did the construction did an amazing job. And they look fantastic. Our new gym, if you haven't been in there, that's open. We have gates and security at our high school. New tennis courts, which look like the Husky tennis courts. Boo. And then just beautiful signage and little finishing touches that I think are fantastic. Okay. I think that's it. That's one of our best students right there. Her name is Ganesha. She's the smartest golden retriever on the planet. She knows when kids are sad and she goes and sits on their laps. Jim, question.
So is it a simple majority on the vote, or do you have to, is there a number you got to beat?
No, simple majority, 50% plus one. You don't have to validate the election in a levy election. So it's the majority of the voters who turn out for the election. So you don't have to get the 60% validation vote.
All right, so my suggestion, I guess, I really think there's no talk about what the rates are current. I mean, you look at this and it's a big number, $974. You got to let people know that it's what it is now and what the difference. I mean, you're not thinking you're just paying an extra $974. I mean, you're going up a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
But you got to make sure people understand that they're paying it now.
Right. Oh, so yeah, that it's not a brand new tax. That it's a step up. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Jim. Thank you. Yeah.
It's a percentage, but it's not. And I never think you freak out. But you got to pay.
Yeah.
Can I ask, do you think that identifying it as a replacement levy doesn't ring that way in people's heads?
Just looking at the number. I mean, you say that, but what you don't know what you're paying now. So if you said what you're paying now, then you know what you see it. Replacement. That's a kind of vague word.
It's only an increase of $3, or because you're already paying that might make more sense.
Yeah, it's $2.
Yeah, what it is.
That's the easy way to do it. It's an increase of $3.
That's the biggest issue with seniors in Lake Stevens. They don't understand it. They don't. So it really needs to be discussed, like Jim said.
Okay.
Replacement doesn't mean, they don't read it. They don't read anything.
They just see the amount of money and think that's all they see. Okay.
Thank you for that. That's really important.
Yeah, replacement means removing the new, something new.
But they can think it's replacing an old school building or something.
Yeah, I was speaking of that, how full capacity is the high school?
We have, we have about 8 or 9 classrooms that are available to us right now that are empty. So there's capacity, but we are going to house another program there. So it will be full next year. I mean, we'll be using every room.
So then is there, when's the new high school gonna get built?
Well, it's already built. It's Caballero. We're talking about managing growth right now and kind of assessing and looking at all the new homes. I mean, we keep our fingers on that pulse. Every Thursday we talk about it. And yesterday, you know, we actually had a conversation with some of the builders in our area, and they're running out of room. So we don't really want to, you know, build a $114 million school.
Nobody shows up.
And there, yeah, so we're keeping our fingers on the pulse of that really closely.
Yeah, that's good. Great.
Yeah. It's, I mean, we're gonna have to build. We're gonna need more elementary schools.
Right.
But whether or not we address that need at the secondary level by making Caballero a second high school, and then doing something with the pre-seeking grades, is still stuff we're working on.
You gotta get more houses sold.
Ken and I will be gone by then anyway, so.
All right, any other questions? Those are, I really appreciate those comments. Those are really great. And we will do something.
Like you say, you're only paying $750,000 and you're bumping it to $900,000. I mean, you gotta tell people what it is, because you don't know the hell you're replacing. You're replacing something that you have no idea what it is, you know, you can't compare.
Yeah, I understand. Maybe I could explain it to them in terms of happy bucks and. All right, thank you. I've got 2 chat things in there. What are the chat?
One was tonight.
Oh.
Can I just say thank you so much for this? I was a Rotary Exchange student a while ago. I didn't think I was old enough to be a Rotarian, but clearly I am. I was literally a really long time ago. I was 15 when I went to Australia for a year as a Rotary Exchange student, and I was laughing that every Rotary meeting all over the world is the same with puns and dad jokes. It's like, I didn't realize how universal that was. It's pretty fun. Also, I just want to say the feeling in this room and the care for the community and the support for kids in school, it just is such a beautiful thing to experience. I just want to thank you for that. I know you do a lot sitting here. It's apparent that I only know about this much of the lot that you do. So thank you all for your service. I really appreciate it.
We're small but mighty.
Yeah.
Mighty crazy.
Mighty crazy.
Mighty crazy. Thank you, Ken.
Thank you.
In honor of your presentation, today we'll be making a donation to the Lake Sweetbend Education Foundation in your name.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And then Tracy she's gonna have final word today. She's got a little bit to say, updating us on Joyce.
Yes, she's been in and out of the hospital. She got out again a couple weeks ago. Thankfully, she has visiting nurses now, which is a 24-hour care. She could really use some visits or phone calls. So please, if you've never sat and chatted with Joyce, you need to do that, because she has a wealth of information and she is just wonderful. So give her a call, ask her if you can bring over, can I stop for some groceries for you? So anyway, just say hi to Joyce. And I'm sorry, this was going to be my happy buck, so I'll Venmo some money in. Thank you. Have a great weekend. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yes, everybody, happy holidays. Have a great New Year's. I'll see you in 2 weeks. We get to sleep in. And that's too bad.
How long have I been in Rotary?
13 years, man.
You're progressive. Progressive.
Yeah.
Just wait.
Yeah, thanks, man. My son came home last night at 11 o'clock. He was busy in the house, but he loved to get it.
Oh, just because it's a free charter?
Geez.
Okay.